This is the website of Tinubu's presidential grant scheme. This is the website where Nigerians are supposed to register to get 50,000 naira grants for their micro and small businesses. When this announcement was made, question to you now as a Nigerian, whether you are living in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, if you have a small business or any trading business at all, or you know somebody who has a small business, question for you, did you hear when this announcement was made? Did you hear? I, as a person, when this announcement was made by the Minister of Trade and Investment, or Minister of State for Trade and Investment, I went to go and register on the website, but I was immediately told that registration or application for the grants were closed. So I want to ask you, how many of you Nigerians out there, or how many of you who know people who own small businesses out there that heard about this announcement? Please kindly give your answers in the comment section below. Now, if you heard about this and you were able to apply, we need to do some small poll to capture the percentage of people who actually got the loan. If you applied for this loan and you got it, kindly indicate or drop a comment in this comment section below. And then there's a link for a poll. Let us do a survey of people or small businesses who actually got this loan. It is important that we do this, because when we fail to do this kind of survey, what we are actually doing is making it easy for the people who are in charge of this kind of program to actually loot and steal the money. Because the assumption by most Nigerians is that these kinds of grants are scams. They may not necessarily be scam. It may just be that the grants are available, but they don't make announcement about it. They don't publicize it because they don't want so many Nigerians to know about it. And then when the funds lie there dormant and nobody claims it, it now makes it easy for them to loot the money, and the money would just find themselves into the private pockets of some of the cronies of the handlers of these funds. That's why it is absolutely important that we take this kind of survey. So please, if you are one of the beneficiaries of this program, kindly indicate and let us know in the description or in the comment section. But here is where there's a problem. When this program started, if you go to view beneficiaries, already you can see that application for the grant is currently closed. And if you go to application for the grant is currently closed, if you go to beneficiaries, what you will find is that there is a list of beneficiaries by local government. Before this program started, what they promised on this same website was that they are going to publish the names of the beneficiaries. Names, in fact, there was a column. What you're seeing here now, there was a column for name, there was a column for phone number, there was a column for business name, there was a column for the amount. There were columns for it. But right now, we are told that the money has been disbursed. We are not seeing the names of the persons that received these funds. We're not seeing them. What we are seeing is they just put local government there and they put numbers. So right now, we need to begin to ask questions, because sometimes some of these monies may have been allocated and it may not have been looted or stolen by the president, but the people that are in charge. So it is our responsibility to hold the Minister of State for Trade and Investment to account. And the starting point for that is to demand, using the Freedom of Information Act, we are entitled to it. Let her now give us the names of the persons and the phone numbers of the businesses that received the 50,000 naira unconditional grant that was given to micro small businesses. Was it sent to those businesses directly as it was claimed? Why are the names and the phone numbers of those beneficiaries and their emails, why are they not on this website? Why are they not on this website? You see, all of the 774 local government, people have been, numbers have been allocated as people who have been paid for this program. They just allocated numbers. We don't have their names and phone numbers. Can we have their names? They say they want to give 1 million small businesses 50,000 naira each. That is 50 billion naira. 50 billion naira. We don't want to talk about whether that money is enough to do anything for the small businesses. Of course, we know that 50,000 naira cannot advance any business with the current economic situation in the country. But let's even assume that it can. What we need to query is how much of that 50,000 naira got to the people. How many people got it? How many people got it? If there is anybody who got it, did they have to pay somebody to receive the money? Is it the full 50,000 naira that got to the hands of these people? We need to begin to ask these questions. So, we want to use this opportunity to call on the Honorable Minister of Trade and Investment to repopulate this website with the names, the business names of the small businesses that receive this 50,000. This is how to be transparent. And if she refuses to put the names on this website for us to see as evidence of persons who received these monies, then I'm calling on Nigerians, let us in our numbers begin to use the Freedom of Information Act. Freedom of Information Act to request for this information from the Minister of Trade and Investment. They owe us that much. And if she refuses to act on the FOI request for information, then we can petition the police and petition the EFCC to take appropriate action to compel her to do it, so that Nigerians can know whether or not monies that have been earmarked for this kind of project actually reach Nigerians. I have not seen anybody, any small businesses that have benefited from this program. Yet, billions have been disbursed. Who they were disbursed to, we don't know. We need to find out. They owe us this much. Nigerians, this is how we hold them accountable. Let's not just sit down and fold our hands and say, oh, they are corrupt, that's how they do it, and look the other way. No, we need to turn up the heat, put small heat under them so that they can feel it. And the way to do that is to request for this information. We have power using the Freedom of Information Act to request such information. If they will not post it on their website, then we can request for it using the Freedom of Information Act. And it is better that these requests come from different people, not one person, not two persons, different people. That way they will know that Nigerians have awakened and they are alert to the responsibility of their supposed leaders. And if they do not respond, then we use petitions. Let's not just sit down and let these people to continue to take what belongs to the general population and put it in their private pockets. And let's not forget, ultimately, we need to form a new political party so that we can change the current crop of leaders. It is very, very doable. Don't let them cajole or discourage you from joining because they will make you believe that it cannot be done. It can be done. It is the people that have the power. If we organize, we can stop the rigging and we can make sure only credible people are elected into public office. Click the link in the description to join in the formation or in the creation of the Abundance Party of Nigeria with the clear-cut ideologies. There's a video on the ideology on this channel. Please watch the ideology video and give us your contribution. Add to it or subtract from it, whatever your contributions will be, so that we can have credible leaders being thrown up for elections into public office in this country. We have a responsibility to do, not just to sit and complain. Complaining alone is what we have been doing all these years, and we are not getting results. So if we want a different result, we have to change our approach. Yes, we can complain. It's part of holding the government to account. But what we also now need to do is to also take action. Request for information using the Freedom of Information Act and also petitions. We need to start doing all of this. But ultimately, we need a new political party where people do not need to pay for nomination forms, where people can win elections without having to spend stolen billions. That is what we need to change the trajectory of Nigeria from the downward slope that it is currently on to a path of progress and industrialization. This is what we need to free Nigeria from the grips, the stranglehold of the IMF and the World Bank. We all have a responsibility to it. Don't just sit down and complain and complain. Don't just sit down and complain and complain. You need to get up and do something.